sharing the floor. All those guys have an MVP award. Really, Giannis and KD, they're like garden vertical snakes in there. Their last game, Harden, Durant scored or assisted on 107 of 122 points, and they were dominant, as you would imagine, again in this one. There's Harden driving. He can get his own. ISO ball, Durant, he can get his own. Tough check for Chris Middleton. Playing off each other. Durant in transition. Got a wall of defenders, all right. Feed Harden. He'll get through there. A little foul hunting. Doesn't get it, but he gets the bucket. Harden in transition again. All the attention. All of them. Hey, don't forget, 7 coming through there. A little crunch with one hand. Easy dunk. First half, Harden, Durant, they each scored 11 points. They combined for 11 assists. So that's not 10, that's one more.
It's 11.
Yes, so the Nets led by 1.5. 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Nets lead 101-100. Harden, crosses over Dante DiVincenzo. And in emergencies, of course, Harden can be used as a flotation device. Harden in transition. 34 points here. That was a tough lay in there. One more time. Picks it up. Not even a travel for O. James. Give him the bucket. Looked like the Nets were going to pull away. They were up 7, but 6 minutes to go. Here's Giannis Antetokounmpo going to assert himself a little bit. Holiday there. He's cutting nobody around. Straight line to the basket. He had 34 in this one. Minute later, Bucks trail by 3. Give me some Splash Mountain. Brook Lopez, the former Net, 9 years there, big shot. We're even at 110. 80 seconds to go, tied at 119. Holiday gonna miss. There's Giannis to put it back. That's his only shot in the final 3 minutes.
Wow.
Only shot. Questionable. Nets possession. Harden. Here's a guy who's going to live well with this threesome that's there, and that's Joe Harris. I'll just be out here behind the arc hitting threes. 5 of 7. Gets that one. Chris Middleton right back down. He took the clutch shots for the Bucks down the stretch. He has 25. Nets ball, 45 seconds to go. Durant, Harden misses the 3, but alertly goes back, gets his rebound over to Durant, and that one will go. Durant, 30 points with the clutch 3. Harden, 12 assists. 6 turnovers, but none in the second half, so cleaned it up tight when he needed to. Now we got 10 seconds left. Nets lead by 2, and they got the ball. Bucks are going to play this thing out, and they force a turnover. Middleton gets a hand on it. Now we're going to call a timeout, and we get to advance the ball. There you see it. Just kind of maybe bounce that off his knee. Whatever it is, it's the Bucks' possession. What are you drawing up in there? Holiday. Middleton in the corner. Giannis is cutting through.
Adam, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think at some point that's hard. Yep, you feel the pressure of that clock ticking, and he's running right there. But that time, I think he's in the shooting motion. Nets are going to win at 125-123 as that thing rims out. Durant 39 and 6. Harden 34 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds. So they've scored or assisted on 84% of the Nets' points in their first 2 games together in Brooklyn. 208 out of 247, both victories. And they've picked it up in the fourth quarter in both wins. The pair has scored or assisted on 61 of the Nets' 69 fourth quarter points. As you'd expect, Steve Nash, good coaching, get it to your best players. Harden now in his second partnership go-around with KD.
We were young in Oklahoma City. We're grown men now. We know what we want. We really know the game of basketball now. We're not those young guys that just run around and want to just shoot and dunk all day. We know the games. We know spots. We know, teams plays. We're more advanced. And then for me, as I sit back, I know what type of player Kevin Durant is. He's one of the best players to ever touch a basketball. As God-given, 7 foot, can basically do everything. So for me, it's not trying to compete with that. It's allowing Kevin to be the best Kevin he can be, and I'm going to make sure that I can make him better and then make my teammates better.
We pretty much seen every defense, every offensive scheme. We done been in every type of game, playoffs, game 7s, so we done been through a lot in this league, experienced a lot, and for us to bring it together now and combine what we've learned over this time and try to play great basketball, I think it was pretty seamless for us.
Nobody's going to argue that one just yet. Going by the numbers, Harden and Durant have combined for 138 points in their first 2 games together. That is the second most by any 2 teammates in their first 2 games, behind only Wilt Chamberlain and York Larice, who had 151 back in 1961 for the Warriors. Wilt, though, had 139 of them. The other dude had 12. Harden becomes the first player ever to get at least 30 points, 10 assists in his first 2 games with a team. averaging 33 points, 13 assists in his first 2 games with Brooklyn. Had some turnover issues, but was clean the second half in this one. Harden has scored or assisted on 129 points in his first 2 games with the Nets, according to Elias, the most by any player in his first 2 games with a team in NBA history.
Let's talk about Luka. 25-point triple-double in each of his last 2 games. Just 2 players have put together a 3-game 25-point triple-double streak in the last 40. You see them on your television set. But you play to win the games. And Dallas is often an indifferent 6-6 start. The Raptors even worse. They're 4-8. They were 2-8 before they won their last 2. That's good by Luka to Josh Green. Then, under a minute left in the first half, Mavericks down 1, and Luka and 1. Game tied 47 at the half. So the Mavs are in it. They're not shooting the ball well, but they're in the game. Porzingis was 8 of 14 from the floor. Next possession, another alley-oop, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Luka, 15 points, though, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. No triple-double for him. Shot 36% from the field, second lowest this season. Meanwhile, Kyle Lowry and the Raptors up 9 after 3 to the fourth. Tim Hardaway was 0 for 12. Mavericks shot 9 of 34 from 3. That's 27%. Chris Boucher, 21 points, 10 rebounds off the bench. Fred VanVleet, shooting percentage 100% on SportsCenter. But actually 17 in the game is only made 26.
The night. Kevin Durant, James Harden pair scoring or assisting on 208 of the Nets' 247 points in the 2 games they played together. Both of those W's. According to Elias, they are the first teammates ever to each score 30 or more points in each of their first 2 games together with a franchise. So far, the thing's working. We'll see what happens when they throw some Kyrie Irving into that mix as well. Tim Legler is a basketball talent. He sees the whole floor, so he's here with us on SportsCenter to talk about what he saw in the Nets win over the Bucks. And Timmy, after 2 games with James Harden, offense meshes nice. How is it that it meshes so nice with this team?
Yeah, well, first, it's seamless with Harden and Durant because Durant scores so easily and efficiently. He doesn't really get his flow interrupted by James Harden. So now you've got 2 of the best offensive players in NBA history. And Harden, his ability to control the basketball and draw multiple guys to him and his passing ability out of that, John, is really just going to make this team almost unguardable at times. And we'll take a look at some examples from this one. You know, the way that he can get defenses to overcommit to him is special. And this is a perfect example. 2 guards, that should just be a switch on that ball screen. But because it's Harden, you get 2 guys miscommunicate. They linger a little bit longer than they normally would. Joe Harris just runs to an open spot for an easy shot. Here in transition, 4 white shirts, all eyes on Harden, flow to that side of the floor, and you forget about a guy like Kevin Durant's easiest basket he's going to get maybe all season, and then he wins one-on-one matchups. This is Drew Holiday, one of the best defensive guards in the league. Can't keep him in front. He gets to the backline defender, Bobby Portis, and now it's an easy dunk for DeAndre Jordan. Just his ability to be able to control possessions. It's unlike any other player in the league. Now in Houston, it was really him every trip. And then you put 4 3-point shooters around him. This is a little bit different now because he draws guys, and when that ball gets swung and now it ends up in the hands of Kevin Durant against a rotating defense or guys closing out and their space, forget it. It's impossible to stop them. So I'm just really impressed 2 games in to how easily these 2 guys have meshed together, and the impact of James Harden is undeniable. The guy's just simply one of the best offensive players at creating offense this league has ever seen, and Brooklyn's now seen it for their first 2 games with him.
All right, I've been reviewing the rules. You got KD and you have Harden. You add Kyrie, that's 3. You get 5. I think this is the Joe Harris question, right? How do you fit in the new look Nets rotation if you're not one of those big 3?
I texted a buddy tonight, how much would I like to be Joe Harris right now? The guy's not going to take a contested shot all season. It's amazing to be him and living in that world because he's got one of the best strokes in the league already, and now he's in a situation where there's just not enough defenders to find him. If he just stays active, he's going to get all the looks he wants. DeAndre Jordan is a perfect fit at center also with his ability to screen and dive, and even like a guy like Jeff Green who can play some power forward for you defensively and take some of the pressure off of KD, but then can step out and space the floor with his 3-point shooting. So I think they've got perfect complementary parts.